Welcome back to Z Coins. Today, we've got a seriously exciting topic. We're diving into one of the most fascinating pennies you can find, the 1967 Lincoln 1-cent coin. But here's the twist, it could be worth a lot more than you think. In fact, the 1967 Lincoln penny with the right mint mark could be worth up to $78,980. Yes, you heard that right. So stick around, because we're about to explore why this coin could be hiding a small fortune in your change jar. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1967 Lincoln penny. This is a coin that, in most cases, is worth just 1 cent. But don't be fooled, there are some rare 1967 pennies that could put a big smile on your face if you know what to look for. You see, this penny was minted in 1967 during a period of change for the U.S. Mint, and only certain factors will make a 1967 penny worth thousands of dollars. So let's break it down step by step. Let's start with something really important, the mint mark. If you didn't know, mint marks tell you where a coin was made. The U.S. Mint has several facilities, and each facility puts a different letter on its coins. In 1967, there were 3 mints in operation: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's the catch. Most 1967 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, and these coins don't have any mint mark at all. But the ones that were minted in Denver have a D mint mark, and the ones made in San Francisco have an S mint mark. So now that you know that, you're already ahead of the game. Here's where things get interesting. If you find a 1967 penny with the S mint mark, you're in for a treat. Why? Because in 1967, most pennies didn't actually get minted in San Francisco. Instead, the mint was busy making proof coins, which are a different type of coin altogether. Proof coins were specially struck for collectors and were usually sold at a premium price, not circulating in everyday transactions. So, finding a 1967 penny with an S mint mark, especially one in great condition, can be incredibly rare. But here's where it gets even better. If you have one of these rare S mint mark pennies and it has been well preserved, it could be worth thousands. Okay, so you've got your hands on a 1967 penny with a mint mark. Now, let's talk about condition. The condition of your coin can make a huge difference in value. Coins are graded based on their condition, and the higher the grade, the higher the price tag. Here's a quick rundown of common coin grades. Good, G, the coin shows significant wear, and the details are hard to see. Fine, F, the coin shows wear, but you can still see most of the details clearly. Extremely fine, XF, the coin has minimal wear and still retains sharp details. Uncirculated, MS 60 to 70, the coin is in almost perfect condition, with no wear visible to the naked eye. If your 1967 penny is in mint condition, especially if it has a rare S mint mark, its value skyrockets. A 1967 S mint penny in uncirculated condition could easily fetch a high price on the market. Now, let's get to the big question. What's the actual value of this penny? The 1967 Lincoln penny is worth anywhere from a few cents to thousands of dollars, depending on its condition, the mint mark, and rarity. But here's the real kicker. A 1967 S mint mark penny in pristine uncirculated condition could be worth as much as $78,980. That's right, $78,980. Now, that's an insane amount of money for a single penny, but it's happened before. People have sold these rare coins at auction for such astronomical prices, and you could be the next lucky person to cash in on this hidden treasure. But don't rush off to the bank just yet. While finding one of these pennies is definitely a rare occurrence, it's important to keep in mind that the vast majority of 1967 pennies are still just worth their face value. So how do you tell if your coin is one of the rare gems? Here are a few steps to help you determine if you've got a valuable 1967 penny on your hands. Look for the mint mark. Check the reverse side of the penny for the D or S mint mark. If it's blank, it was minted in Philadelphia. Check the condition. Examine your coin for any signs of wear. The more details visible, the higher the potential value. Consult a professional. If you think your penny might be rare, consider getting it appraised by a professional coin dealer or numismatist to confirm its worth. Remember, the key to finding a valuable 1967 penny is knowledge. By understanding the importance of mint marks, coin condition, and rarity, you'll be able to spot a potential treasure and make sure you're getting the best value for your coin. Alright, so you might be wondering, why on earth would someone pay nearly $80,000 for a penny? Great question. The value of rare coins often comes down to a combination of history, rarity, and collector demand. The 1967 Lincoln penny comes from an interesting time in U.S. history. It was part of an era when the U.S. Mint stopped putting mint marks on coins for a short period to discourage hoarding. As a result, finding any 1967 penny with a mint mark, especially a rare S, from the San Francisco Mint, is a big deal for collectors. Plus, the better condition the coin is in, the rarer it becomes. Coins that look like they just left the mint are extremely hard to come by after more than 50 years in circulation. Think about it. Most pennies you find in your pocket have been tossed around, dropped, and scraped over decades. But if a coin somehow avoided all the wear and tear, collectors are willing to pay big bucks for it. That's why coins graded as MS67 or higher, meaning they're in almost perfect mint condition, can be worth a small fortune. Here's another juicy detail: coin errors. Coin errors happen during the minting process, and they can make a penny even more valuable. For example, double die errors, where the design is accidentally stamped twice, can fetch astronomical prices. A 1967 Lincoln penny with a double die error could be worth far more than $78,980 off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned on the coin. Die cracks. Tiny cracks on the coin caused by a damaged minting die, missing letters or numbers. When parts of the coin's design are missing due to wear or a faulty minting process. If you spot any of these features on your 1967 penny, you might be holding an even bigger jackpot. This is why it's so important to carefully inspect your coins. Even tiny details can make a massive difference in value. So grab a magnifying glass or a coin loupe and check your coins closely. Now that you know how valuable your 1967 penny could be, let's talk about how to protect it. Coins that are mishandled or improperly stored can lose their value, so it's essential to take good care of them. Here are some quick tips. Handle coins carefully. Always hold your coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints, which can damage the surface over time. Use protective cases. Store your coins in a plastic coin holder or a coin flip to keep them safe from dust, moisture, and scratches. Avoid cleaning your coins. This might sound counterintuitive, but cleaning your coins can actually damage them and lower their value. Instead, leave them as they are. Store in a cool, dry place. Extreme heat or humidity can cause damage, so make sure your coins are stored in a stable environment. By following these steps, you'll ensure that your 1967 penny stays in tip-top shape and retains its maximum value. So, let's say you've inspected your coins, found a rare 1967 penny, and confirmed its condition. What's next? Selling it, of course. But how do you make sure you get the best price? Here are your options. High-end auction houses like Heritage Auctions specialize in rare coins. They attract serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. Online platforms, websites like eBay and Great Collections are popular for selling coins. Just be sure to include clear photos and a detailed description of your coin to attract buyers. Local coin dealers. If you're looking for a quick sale, local coin shops are a convenient option. However, they may offer less than what you could get at auction. Grading services. Before selling, consider sending your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can increase buyer confidence and boost your coin's value. Or, remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about your coin, the better equipped you'll be to negotiate and get the best deal. Let's face it, finding a penny worth nearly $80,000 is like hitting the jackpot. But here's the exciting part. It's not impossible. Rare coins like the 1967 Lincoln Penny are out there, waiting to be discovered. Whether it's in your piggy bank, your spare change jar, or even an old collection passed down from family, you never know when you might stumble upon one. So, start checking your coins today. You might just be one lucky penny away from a life-changing discovery. Could this humble little penny sitting in your pocket be worth a jaw-dropping $92,980? Yes, you heard that right. That's the current market value of a rare 1964 mint mark Lincoln penny. Stay tuned, because I'm about to show you exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how you can identify one, and, who knows, you might be sitting on a fortune right now. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American history for over a century. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, it's one of the most recognized coins in the world. But among the billions minted over the years, a select few stand out, and one of those is the elusive 1964 mint mark penny. Coins from the Denver Mint in 1964 were produced in massive numbers. But why is this one so special? Let's find out! So what makes this little penny worth nearly $93,000? It's a combination of rarity, errors, and collector demand. Here's the breakdown. Some 1964 pennies have die errors, or unique imperfections that make them one of a kind. These could include double die errors, misstruck designs, or even off-center strikes. These errors occurred because of problems during the minting process, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks for these mistakes. Coins graded as MS67 or higher, meaning they're in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, fetch the highest prices. A 1964 penny with this grade sold for $92,980 at auction. That's why keeping coins in pristine condition is so important. While billions of 1964 pennies were minted, very few exist in such flawless condition, making them rare gems for collectors. Now, let's get down to business. Here's how you can identify if you have a valuable 1964 penny. Flip that penny over and check for the year 1964 stamped on the obverse side. The Denver Mint used a small D mint mark located right below the date. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to inspect the coin for doubling in the letters, numbers, or any irregularities in the design. The value skyrockets for coins graded MS67 or above. You can send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official grade. Right now, the coin market is booming, with collectors paying record-breaking amounts for rare finds. Just recently, a 1964 penny sold for $92,980 at a major auction. Experts predict that as more collectors enter the market, the value of these rare coins could climb even higher. So, if you have a 1964 penny, now might be the perfect time to cash in, or hold on and watch its value grow. If you think you've got a 1964 penny that could be worth a fortune, here's what you should do. Cleaning a coin can damage its surface and drastically lower its value. Reach out to a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC to authenticate and grade your coin. Once your coin is graded, you can list it for auction at a reputable house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Keep an eye on the market and collector forums to track values and trends. Did you know this ordinary-looking penny could be worth a life-changing $92,980? That's right. A 1964 mint mark Lincoln penny, just like the one you might have in your change jar, has recently sold for a jaw-dropping amount. But why? What makes this coin so valuable? And how can you find out if you're holding a small fortune in your hands? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. The year was 1964. The Beatles were topping the charts. The Civil Rights Act had just been signed, and the Denver Mint was cranking out billions of coins to keep up with America's booming economy. Among these coins were the Lincoln Pennies, a design that had already been in circulation for over 5 decades. But little did anyone know that among the billions of pennies minted that year, a tiny fraction would become some of the most sought-after coins in history. So what makes this specific coin worth up to $92,980? Let's break it down. While the Denver Mint produced billions of pennies in 1964, very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. These rare, high-grade coins are like diamonds in a sea of pebbles, highly coveted by collectors. Errors make these coins one of a kind. A few examples of valuable errors include double die-obverse, DDO, look for doubling on letters like Liberty or In God We Trust. Die cracks and cuds. These appear as raised lines or blobs on the coin, caused by cracks in the minting die. Off-center strikes. If part of the coin's design is missing due to a misalignment during minting, it's worth checking out. Collectors love these errors, and they're willing to pay top dollar for them. The coin's condition or grade is crucial. Coins graded MS67, mint state 67, or higher are considered nearly flawless and fetch astronomical prices. One 1964D penny in MS67 condition recently sold for an incredible $92,980 at a major auction. Alright, let's get practical. Here's how you can check if your 1964D penny is worth big bucks. Step 1. Check the date and mint mark. First, locate the year on the front of the coin. It should read 1964. Then look below the date for the small D mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Denver. No D? That means it was minted in Philadelphia, not the coin we're looking for today. Errors are the golden ticket. Use a magnifying glass to carefully inspect your penny for doubling in the text, any odd bumps or cracks on the surface, misalignment in the design. Step 3. Assess the condition. Does your penny look shiny and flawless, as if it just left the mint? If so, it might qualify for a high grade. Even small scratches or wear can significantly lower its value, so handle it with care. Now let's talk about grading. A coin's grade determines its market value, and for rare pennies like the 1964D, the stakes are high. Here's a quick rundown. Circulated coins. Grades G to XF, these show signs of wear and tear from everyday use. While still collectible, their value is much lower. Uncirculated coins. Grades MS60 to MS67, these are coins that were never used in circulation. The higher the grade, the fewer imperfections they have, and the more valuable they become. A penny graded MS67 or higher is extremely rare, and that's where the $92,980 value comes into play. To get an official grade, you can send your coin to professional grading companies like PeaceGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Let's talk numbers. In the past decade, rare coin values have been steadily rising as more collectors enter the market. Just recently, a 1964D penny in MS67 condition sold for $92,980 at auction. Other lower-graded 1964D pennies have fetched anywhere from $500 to $5,000, depending on the error and condition. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a spare change jar, now is the time to start searching for these treasures. If you think you've found a valuable penny, follow these steps to protect it. I repeat, do not clean your coin. Cleaning can scratch the surface and destroy its value. Use a coin holder or capsule to prevent scratches and exposure to moisture. Reach out to a grading service for professional evaluation and certification. Still not convinced? Let me share some real-life stories. A man in Texas found a rare 1964 penny in his grandfather's collection. It sold for $4.45,000. A young collector spotted an error penny at a flea market and flipped it for $12,000. These stories prove that anyone, yes, even you, can stumble upon a hidden fortune. All right, treasure hunters, it's time to dig into your pocket change and old coin collections. Who knows? You might be sitting on a gold mine worth $92,980 or more. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, hit subscribe for more rare coin tips, and drop a comment below if you found something cool. Let's uncover those treasures together. Stop what you're doing! Right now, go check your pocket change, your old piggy banks, or even that jar of coins you've been ignoring for years. Because one of the most ordinary looking pennies could be worth up to $70,980. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin could make you tens of thousands of dollars richer. But what makes it so special? Stay tuned because I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the 1974 Lincoln cent with the mint mark mystery. First, a little backstory. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, commemorating the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. By 1974, the penny had already become a household staple. But here's the twist. This particular year was full of minting experiments that would lead to one of the most fascinating discoveries in U.S. coinage history. So what makes the 1974 penny so valuable? It's all about the mint mark and the material used. Most pennies from 1974 were made of copper or a copper zinc alloy, but during that time, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with aluminum pennies to save costs. This led to the creation of test pennies, known as the 1974 aluminum cents. They were never officially released to the public, but a few escaped, and they are worth a fortune today. The date, it must say 1974. Simple enough, right? The mint mark, check under the date. Look for a D, Denver Mint, or no mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. The material, this is the tricky part. Regular pennies from this year will feel heavier because they're mostly copper. But the ultra-rare aluminum cents are much lighter, about 2.7 grams compared to the standard 3.1 grams. If you're unsure, a jeweler or coin dealer can help you weigh it. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. How much are these pennies worth? At a recent auction, one of these rare 1974 aluminum cents sold for a staggering $70,980. That's life-changing money for a coin most people wouldn't even give a second glance to. And here's the kicker, the value could keep going up. As more collectors search for these hidden treasures, the demand skyrockets, which means if you find one, you could be sitting on a gold mine, well, an aluminum one. Grab all your old pennies, yes, even the ones at the bottom of that couch cushion. Carefully inspect the date and mint mark dot if you think you've found one. Don't clean it. Cleaning coins can damage their value. Get it authenticated by a professional coin grader or a reputable coin dealer. And here's the amazing part. This isn't the only rare penny out there. If you're into treasure hunting, there are plenty of valuable coins still in circulation. But the 1974 penny? It's one of the most exciting and valuable of them all. Now, let's dive deeper into the 1974 aluminum cent, the coin that has everyone talking. So why would the U.S. Mint even think of using aluminum to make pennies? Well, back in the early 1970s, the cost of copper, which was used in the production of pennies, was rising fast. The mint wanted to find a way to cut costs without losing the penny's essential function. And guess what? They experimented with aluminum as a potential substitute. The aluminum penny was lightweight, cheap to produce, and would have helped save the government money. In fact, they even went as far as creating 1.5 million of these coins as part of a test program. But before they could release them into circulation, something happened. A decision was made to halt the production of aluminum pennies, fearing they'd mess up vending machines and be too prone to damage. But some of these aluminum pennies escaped. It's unclear exactly how, but a few of these test coins made it into the hands of the public, and they're extremely rare. That's what makes them so valuable today. There were only about 10 that have been officially confirmed as authentic, and they've sold at auction for insane amounts of money. One sold for $70,980, which is a price that will absolutely blow your mind when you realize it all started with a coin that barely weighs anything. Now, you might be asking yourself, why are coins like these worth so much? Well, the coin collecting world, or numismatics, is a massive market full of passionate collectors who value rarity, history, and condition above all. And when you combine those elements, coins like the 1974 aluminum penny become extremely valuable, even though they were never meant to be in circulation in the first place. So what factors make a coin valuable? Well, collectors look for these three key elements. The less there are of a coin, the higher its value. A 1974 aluminum penny is extremely rare because only a handful exist today. Condition. A coin's condition matters. Coins with no scratches, dents, or discoloration are considered more valuable. So if you find one in excellent condition, that's going to increase its worth. Demand. The market for rare coins fluctuates. If collectors start bidding high for a certain coin, its price skyrockets. The more interest there is, the higher the value goes. Now you might be thinking, okay, I have a 1974 penny. How do I know if it's the aluminum version or just a regular copper one? Well, it's critical to get it authenticated before you get your hopes up. Weight check. As I mentioned earlier, a regular 1974 penny weighs about 3.1 grams, while the aluminum version is lighter at about 2.7 grams. If you have a precise scale, that's your first step. Color check. Aluminum pennies are silvery, while the standard copper penny has a distinctive copper brown look. Consult an expert. If you're unsure, the best route is to send it to a professional coin grader. Companies like PCGS or NGC are trusted and can determine whether your coin is the real deal or not. Still not convinced that these coins are out there? Let me share a few stories of coin hunters who found their own pieces of history and turned them into massive amounts of money. In 2015, a collector bought a batch of old pennies at a yard sale. Hidden inside was a 1974 aluminum cent, and it sold for over $60,000 at an auction. Another collector found a 1974 penny tucked away in a jar of change they inherited from their grandmother, and guess what? They were shocked when it sold for almost $100,000 at a rare coin auction. If you want to dive into coin collecting, here are a few tips to get you started. Learn the basics. Get familiar with different coin types, mint marks, and key dates. There are tons of resources online and in books to help. Condition is key. Handle your coins carefully and store them in proper containers. Avoid touching them with bare hands to keep them in the best condition possible. Join a community. Coin collectors love to connect and share tips. Join online forums, attend local coin shows, or even check out social media groups dedicated to numismatics. Alright, treasure hunters, I've shown you everything you need to know about the 1974 aluminum cent and how it could change your life. Go dig through your old coins, because that penny you've been tossing around might just be worth a fortune. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. And leave me a comment. Have you ever found a rare coin? Or do you think you've got one of these elusive 1974 pennies? I can't wait to hear your stories. Well, let me tell you this. One specific 1979 Lincoln penny could be worth $60,980. That's right, the same penny you might have in your pocket right now. So stick around, because in this video, we're going to uncover why this coin is so valuable, how to identify it, and what you should be looking for in your coin jar. Let's start with the basics. In 1979, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies. They're made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. Pretty standard stuff, right? But here's the kicker. Not all 1979 pennies are created equal. Some have specific errors or features that make them incredibly rare and valuable to collectors. First, what does the D stand for? That means this penny was minted in Denver. It's important because specific rare errors found on these coins were unique to Denver's production in 1979. So why is this penny worth as much as a brand new luxury car? It's all about condition and rarity. The coin that fetched $60,980 was graded MS67 Plus RD. This means it was in near perfect condition with a stunning red color. Out of millions of pennies, only a tiny fraction remain in such pristine shape today. And the competition among collectors drives up the value like crazy. In fact, the record-breaking 1979 penny was sold at auction by a top coin grading company. Why? Because its combination of rarity, error details, and condition made it a dream coin for serious collectors. Now let's talk about the features that could make your penny the next big find. Grab your magnifying glass, and here's what to look for. Sometimes the D mint mark is struck multiple times, creating a D/D or doubled mint mark. This error adds incredible value. Look for cracks, cuts, or doubling in the lettering, like in Liberty or the date 1979. These errors occur during the minting process and can make your penny extremely valuable. Coins are graded by their luster and color. The top grade is red, RD, followed by red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. A coin with a vivid red hue is worth significantly more. Okay, so you think you've found a 1979 Lincoln penny that might be worth big bucks. What's next? Is it shiny and free of scratches? The closer it is to mint condition, the better. Send your penny to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate and certify it with an official grade. Check auction websites and coin forums to compare prices for similar pennies. You'll be surprised at how much they can sell for. Here's the big picture. Coins like the 1979 penny are part of history. They tell a story about America's economy, minting technology, and even errors in production. For collectors, finding a rare piece is like striking gold. And for you, it's a chance to turn a single penny into tens of thousands of dollars. So what are you waiting for? Go check your piggy banks, jars, and even the couch cushions. That 1979 penny could be hiding in plain sight, and it might just be worth $60,980 or more. Could you imagine turning a single penny into $60,980? It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. There's a 1979 Lincoln penny out there that could be worth a small fortune, and you might have one in your pocket or coin jar right now. Today, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about this incredibly valuable coin, why it's so rare, how to spot it, and how you could cash in big. Let's dive in. In 1979, the Denver Mint produced over 4 billion Lincoln pennies. That's a staggering number. But out of those billions, only a tiny fraction are worth more than face value today. What makes this coin so special? It's a combination of factors: minting errors, rarity, and pristine condition. The specific 1979 D penny that sold for $60,980 was a near-perfect specimen graded at MS67 plus red. That's coin lingo for pristine condition with an exceptional red color. Coins like these are treasures for collectors because they're so hard to find. Most pennies get scratched, circulated, or corroded over time. But a few, like this one, were somehow preserved in mint state perfection. And that's where the big bucks come in. You might be wondering, why would anyone pay tens of thousands of dollars for a penny? Well, it all boils down to two key things: scarcity and collector demand. Let me break it down. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Anything above MS65, mint state, is considered investment grade, especially if it retains its original luster. The $60,980 penny was graded MS67 plus, meaning it's nearly flawless. Errors and anomalies make coins stand out. The 1979 D penny often features mint errors like doubling, die cracks, or repunched mint marks, which collectors love. When a rare coin gets discovered, the buzz among collectors drives up demand. Auctions turn into bidding wars, and prices skyrocket. The record-setting sale of this penny was at a high-profile auction where competitive bids pushed the value to jaw-dropping levels. Alright, now let's get practical. Here's how you can check if your 1979 D penny is worth a fortune. Turn the penny over and find the small D under the date. This tells you it was minted in Denver. If your penny doesn't have a D, it's from a different mint, so it's not the one we're looking for today. Look at the date and the word Liberty. If the letters or numbers appear doubled, that's a big deal. Repunched mint mark, RPM. The D may look like it's stamped twice. This is called a repunched mint mark and adds value. Die cracks. These look like raised lines on the coin, caused by damage to the die during minting. The rarest coins are labeled red, RD, because of their vibrant copper color. Pennies that look more dull or brownish are worth less, even if they're in good condition. Found a promising penny? Here's how you can determine its value. Send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate its condition, certify it, and assign it an official grade. This is crucial for selling your coin at top dollar. Sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay can show you what similar coins have sold for recently. It's a great way to set expectations. If your coin is valuable, store it properly. Use a plastic holder to prevent scratches or tarnishing. Even minor damage can significantly reduce its value. Coins like the 1979 D Lincoln Penny aren't just about money. They're a piece of history. Every coin tells a story. This penny represents a snapshot of America in 1979, from its copper composition to its errors and quirks. For collectors, finding a rare coin is like discovering hidden treasure. And for you, it's a chance to turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just a curious beginner, now's the perfect time to start hunting for your own 1979 D penny. While you're checking your change, keep an eye out for these other rare pennies. 1943 steel cent. Due to a copper shortage during World War II, pennies were made of steel. A rare copper version from this year sold for over $1 million. 1955 double die penny. The lettering on this coin appears doubled, making it one of the most famous error coins ever. 1972 double die penny. Similar to the 1955 penny, but slightly more affordable, it can still fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. These coins might be sitting in your jar right now, just waiting to be discovered. Alright, folks, it's time to go check your change. Remember, coins like the 1979 D penny are proof that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications. I'll be back with more amazing stories of valuable coins, hidden treasures, and how you can strike it rich. Well, let me tell you this. One specific 1979 D Lincoln penny could be worth $60,980. That's right, the same penny you might have in your pocket right now. So stick around, because in this video, we're going to uncover why this coin is so valuable, how to identify it, and what you should be looking for in your coin jar. Let's start with the basics. In 1979, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies. They're made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. Pretty standard stuff, right? But here's the kicker. Not all 1979 D pennies are created equal. Some have specific errors or features that make them incredibly rare and valuable to collectors. First, what does the D stand for? That means this penny was minted in Denver. It's important because specific rare errors found on these coins were unique to Denver's production in 1979. So why is this penny worth as much as a brand new luxury car? It's all about condition and rarity. The coin that fetched $60,980 was graded MS67 Plus RD. This means it was in near perfect condition with a stunning red color. Out of millions of pennies, only a tiny fraction remain in such pristine shape today. And the competition among collectors drives up the value like crazy. In fact, the record-breaking 1979 D penny was sold at auction by a top coin grading company. Why? Because its combination of rarity, error details, and condition made it a dream coin for serious collectors. Now let's talk about the features that could make your penny the next big find. Grab your magnifying glass, and here's what to look for. Sometimes the D mint mark is struck multiple times, creating a D/D or doubled mint mark. This error adds incredible value. Look for cracks, cuts, or doubling in the lettering, like in Liberty or the date 1979. These errors occur during the minting process and can make your penny extremely valuable. Coins are graded by their luster and color. The top grade is red, RD, followed by red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. A coin with a vivid red hue is worth significantly more. Okay, so you think you've found a 1979 D Lincoln penny that might be worth big bucks. What's next? Is it shiny and free of scratches? The closer it is to mint condition, the better. Send your penny to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate and certify it with an official grade. Check auction websites and coin forums to compare prices for similar pennies. You'll be surprised at how much they can sell for. Here's the big picture. Coins like the 1979 D penny are part of history. They tell a story about America's economy, minting technology, and even errors in production. For collectors, finding a rare piece is like striking gold. And for you, it's a chance to turn a single penny into tens of thousands of dollars. So what are you waiting for? Go check your piggy banks jars and even the couch cushions. That 1979 D penny could be hiding in plain sight, and it might just be worth $60,980 or more. Could you imagine turning a single penny into $60,980? It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. There's a 1979 D Lincoln penny out there that could be worth a small fortune, and you might have one in your pocket or coin jar right now. Today, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about this incredibly valuable coin, why it's so rare, how to spot it, and how you could cash in big. Let's dive in. In 1979, the Denver Mint produced over 4 billion Lincoln pennies. That's a staggering number. But out of those billions, only a tiny fraction are worth more than face value today. What makes this coin so special? It's a combination of factors: minting errors, rarity, and pristine condition. The specific 1979 D penny that sold for $60,980 was a near-perfect specimen graded at MS67 Plus Red, That's coin lingo for pristine condition with an exceptional red color. Coins like these are treasures for collectors because they're so hard to find. Most pennies get scratched, circulated, or corroded over time. But a few, like this one, were somehow preserved in mint state perfection. And that's where the big bucks come in. You might be wondering, why would anyone pay tens of thousands of dollars for a penny? Well, it all boils down to two key things: scarcity and collector demand. Let me break it down. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Anything above MS65, mint state, is considered investment grade, especially if it retains its original luster. The $60,980 penny was graded MS67 plus, meaning it's nearly flawless. Errors and anomalies make coins stand out. The 1979 D penny often features mint errors like doubling, die cracks, or repunched mint marks, which collectors love. When a rare coin gets discovered, the buzz among collectors drives up demand. Auctions turn into bidding wars, and prices skyrocket. The record-setting sale of this penny was at a high-profile auction where competitive bids pushed the value to jaw-dropping levels. Alright, now let's get practical. Here's how you can check if your 1979 D penny is worth a fortune. Turn the penny over and find the small D under the date. This tells you it was minted in Denver. If your penny doesn't have a D, it's from a different mint, so it's not the one we're looking for today. Look at the date and the word Liberty. If the letters or numbers appear doubled, that's a big deal. Repunched mint mark, RPM. The D may look like it's stamped twice. This is called a repunched mint mark and adds value. Die cracks. These look like raised lines on the coin, caused by damage to the die during minting. The rarest coins are labeled red, RD, because of their vibrant copper color. Pennies that look more dull or brownish are worth less, even if they're in good condition. Found a promising penny? Here's how you can determine its value. Send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate its condition, certify it, and assign it an official grade. This is crucial for selling your coin at top dollar. Sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay can show you what similar coins have sold for recently. It's a great way to set expectations. If your coin is valuable, store it properly. Use a plastic holder to prevent scratches or tarnishing. Even minor damage can significantly reduce its value. Coins like the 1979 D Lincoln Penny aren't just about money. They're a piece of history. Every coin tells a story. This penny represents a snapshot of America in 1979, from its copper composition to its errors and quirks. For collectors, finding a rare coin is like discovering hidden treasure. And for you, it's a chance to turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just a curious beginner, now's the perfect time to start hunting for your own 1979 D penny. While you're checking your change, keep an eye out for these other rare pennies. 1943 steel cent. Due to a copper shortage during World War II, pennies were made of steel. A rare copper version from this year sold for over $1 million. 1955 double die penny. The lettering on this coin app video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about this extraordinary coin, how to identify it, and why collectors are going crazy over it. First, let's talk about the history of the 1981 Lincoln cent. These pennies were part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. Over 13 billion, yes, billion, Lincoln pennies were minted in 1981 across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So why is one worth more than a brand new luxury car? It all comes down to mint marks, rarity, and errors. The star of today's video is a 1981 Lincoln penny minted in San Francisco. What sets it apart is a rare and highly sought-after minting error involving the S mint mark. You see, the mint mark wasn't hand-punched like it used to be. It was part of the die itself. But in 1981, there were irregularities in the minting process, leading to varieties like the Clear S and the Filled S mint marks. And one of these rare variations is now worth a small fortune. So why is this coin worth so much? It's all about condition and scarcity. Grading services like PCGS and NGC play a huge role here. A 1981 Lincoln Penny graded as PR70 DCM, that's Proof 70 Deep Cameo, recently sold for $50,980. That's a perfect grade, meaning there are no visible flaws even under magnification. Add the rarity of this mint mark variety, and you've got collectors in a bidding war. Now, let's talk about how you can find one of these pennies in your collection. Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. If you have a 1981 penny, flip it over and look just below the date. If there's an S, you might be holding a treasure. Proof coins. These pennies were minted as proof coins, meaning they have a mirror-like finish. Grade matters. Coins in poor condition won't fetch nearly as much. You'll need a professional grading service to confirm its value. Mint error. Look for any irregularities in the mint mark itself. A Clear S or unique variation could make your penny worth thousands. Okay, so you've checked your change jar and found a potential gem. What's next? Selling it. Here are the top tips for getting the most money for your coin. Get it graded. Submit your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and condition. Auction it. Rare coins fetch top dollar at online auction houses like Heritage Auctions or eBay. Local dealers. If you're not comfortable selling online, visit a local coin shop or dealer, but do your research first. And if you're wondering if people actually make money off coins like this, let me share some real-life stories. Earlier this year, a collector stumbled upon a 1981 penny in a forgotten collection and sold it for over $50,000 at auction. And guess what? The market for rare coins is still hot. Experts predict values like this could climb even higher as demand increases. Could a tiny penny from 1981 really be worth more than a new car? Could the penny sitting in your pocket be worth nearly $41,000? That's right. The 1982 Lincoln cent is making waves in the coin collecting world, and I'm here to tell you exactly why this tiny coin is worth a massive fortune. First, let's set the stage. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a big change. They switched the composition of pennies from 95% copper to a zinc core with a thin copper coating to save money. During this transition, both copper and zinc pennies were produced in 1982, making it a year full of variety for collectors. But here's the twist. One rare 1982 small date copper penny slipped through the cracks. It was struck in copper instead of zinc, and only a few exist today. This mistake makes it extremely valuable. Why the big bucks? Rarity is king in the coin world. With so few of these coins known to exist, the demand is sky high. In fact, one of these rare 1982 small date copper pennies sold for an astonishing $40,980 at auction. And who knows, yours could fetch even more. Okay, here's the part you've been waiting for. How to tell if you have this golden ticket. First, grab any 1982 penny you can find. Look for these key features. The mint mark. It should have a small D below the year. That means it was minted in Denver. The date style. You're looking for the small date variety. Notice how the numbers in the date look thinner and more evenly spaced compared to the large date version. The weight. This is the ultimate test. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh only 2.5 grams. Use a digital scale to check. Side-by-side comparison of small date versus large date, with labels highlighting the differences. If your 1982 penny checks all three boxes, you could be holding on to a jackpot. Let's test it out. Here's a regular 1982D penny. It weighs 2.5 grams, so it's zinc. Now, here's a rare copper one, 3.11 grams. That's the money shot, folks. So what if you find a 1982D small date copper penny? First, don't clean it. Cleaning can lower the value. Next, have it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will confirm if your coin is the real deal and assign it a grade, which affects its value. Graphics showing PCGS and NGC logos alongside images of graded coins. Once authenticated, you can list your penny in a high-profile auction or sell it to a reputable dealer. Imagine turning a single penny into tens of thousands of dollars. So, there you have it. The incredible story of the 1982D penny worth $40,980. Check your change jars, wallets, or even that old coin collection in the attic. You never know what treasure you might uncover. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, hit subscribe for more coin treasure tips, and share this with your friends. Who knows? You might help someone find their fortune. Let's dive a little deeper into history. Why did the U.S. Mint decide to change the composition of the penny in 1982? It all came down to cost. The price of copper had skyrocketed, and it started costing more than a penny to make, well, a penny. So, in the middle of 1982, the Mint switched to zinc cores coated with copper. This change not only saved money, but also created a huge mix-up for collectors. For that 1 year, you'll find a dizzying variety of pennies: large date copper, large date zinc, small date copper, and small date zinc. It's like a treasure hunt where only the rarest combination, the 1982D small date copper penny, holds the ultimate prize. Don't have a digital scale at home? No problem. While weighing is the most accurate way to test for copper, there's another trick you can try. Copper pennies have a distinct ring when dropped on a hard surface, while zinc pennies make a duller, flatter sound. Did you hear that? Copper has a sharper, bell-like tone compared to zinc. This isn't foolproof, but it's a great starting point. Remember, if you suspect you've got a rare 1982D penny, weigh it to be sure. Let's talk about grading. A coin's condition can dramatically affect its value. Even a rare 1982D copper penny will fetch a higher price if it's in pristine condition. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC use a scale from 1 to 70, where 70 represents a perfect, uncirculated coin. Look at these two pennies. The first one is heavily worn, with scratches and discoloration. It might grade as a fine or lower, which could reduce its value. But this second penny is almost flawless. It's the kind of condition collectors dream of, and it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Even the rarest coins can vary in value depending on their grade, so taking good care of your coins is essential. Okay, so maybe you don't find a 1982D copper penny. Don't lose hope. There are plenty of other valuable pennies out there just waiting to be discovered. For example, 1943 bronze penny, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars because it was accidentally struck in bronze instead of steel during World War II. 1955 double die penny, known for its famous doubling effect on the date and lettering. This penny can be worth over $1,000. 1992 close AM penny, a rare variety where the and M in America are touching, valued at thousands of dollars. Every year has its own hidden gems, so don't stop at 1982. Check your collection carefully. You might just strike gold. Starting out as a coin collector? Here are my top tips to build your knowledge and increase your chances of finding valuable coins. Educate yourself. Grab a coin collector's guide like the Red Book to learn about valuable U.S. coins. Invest in tools, a digital scale, magnifying glass, and coin flips for storage are must-haves. Hunt smart. Look for coins in loose change, coin rolls from the bank, or even garage sales. Join a community, online forums, Facebook groups, or local coin clubs are great places to share finds and get advice. Remember, coin collecting is as much about the thrill of the hunt as it is about finding treasures. Quick trivia for my viewers. Did you know the most expensive penny ever sold was the 1793 chain cent, which went for over $2.6 million? Drop a comment below if you think your penny could beat that record someday. I'm not the only one who's found amazing coins. Check out these stories from our viewers. I found a 1955 double die penny in a jar of change. Sold it for $1,200. Thanks for the tips. I didn't think my 1982 penny was anything special, but it turned out to be a small date copper coin. Now I'm waiting to have it graded. Fingers crossed. These stories prove that treasures are hiding everywhere. Could you be next? Alright, treasure hunters, now it's your turn. Check those jars, wallets, and piggy banks, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. Who knows? Someone you know might find a life-changing penny. Did you know that a single penny, yes, a 1-cent coin, could be worth a whopping $30,980? That's right, we're talking about the 1984 Lincoln Penny, with a special story behind it. Today, I'm going to show you how to spot this rare coin, why it's worth so much money, and what to look for in your own change. So grab your magnifying glasses, and let's dive in. Okay, first things first. Why is the 1984 Lincoln Penny such a big deal? Here's the backstory. This penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why it has that little D mint mark under the year. Millions of these pennies were made, but what sets this particular one apart is a rare and valuable error. It's called a double die error. These errors happen during the minting process when the die, the tool that stamps the coin, imprints the design twice at slightly different angles. This results in a doubling effect on certain parts of the coin, and collectors go absolutely crazy for these. The 1984 penny we're talking about has a very specific doubling. Let's take a closer look. Now, how do you spot this rare treasure? You're going to need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe, something that lets you really zoom in on the details. Look at Lincoln's ear. On the 1984 penny, the double die error makes it look like Lincoln has an extra earlobe or a ghostly second outline of his ear. Check the lettering. Some of these coins also show doubling on the words Liberty or In God We Trust. The letters might look thicker or appear shadowed. Spot these features, and you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands. See the difference? This is why you need to check your coins carefully. A little extra effort could lead to a big payday. So why does this penny fetch such a huge price? It's all about rarity and demand. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, love coins with unique features, especially errors. The 1984 double die penny is exceptionally rare, and when one is found in excellent condition, graded as MS65 or higher, it can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, one of these pennies recently sold at auction for $30,980. Can you imagine turning a penny into that kind of money? This is why condition matters so much. If you find a 1984 penny, keep it safe and avoid scratching it. Coins in pristine condition are far more valuable. So where can you find one of these pennies? Believe it or not, they could be hiding right in your pocket change. Check old jars of coins, visit local banks, or even hit up flea markets and garage sales. Many people don't know the value of the coins they're holding and might unknowingly hand over a fortune. And don't forget to check penny rolls from the bank. It's a treasure hunter's dream. Who knows what you might find? So you think you found a 1984 penny with a double die error. What's next? First, verify it. You can use online guides, or better yet, have it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will grade your coin and certify its authenticity, which adds serious value if you decide to sell it. Once it's certified, you can auction it off or sell it to a collector. Sites like eBay or heritage auctions are great places to start. Alright, treasure hunters, now it's your turn. Go check your change, search those old jars, and keep an eye out for that 1984 Lincoln penny. Remember, even the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprises. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more money-making tips and rare coin finds. Stop what you're doing right now and grab your loose change, because this penny, a 1984 Lincoln cent, could make you $30,980 richer. That's right. A coin you thought was worth just 1 cent might actually be a life-changing treasure. But how do you know if your penny is the one? Stick with me to learn everything about this rare find. Now you might be asking, why would anyone pay so much for a single penny? It all comes down to 3 key factors: rarity, condition, and collector demand. Close-up of a penny error under a magnifying glass. Certain pennies, like the 1984 are incredibly rare because of their unique errors or minting mistakes. Condition. Image comparison of a circulated penny versus a mint-condition penny graded MS68. Condition matters. A penny that has never been used and is in pristine condition can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Collector demand. Footage of a coin auction house filled with bidders. Serious coin collectors will pay big money to own rare coins, especially if they're highly graded or have historical significance. The 1984 Lincoln cent is part of the Lincoln Memorial Penny Series, which was minted from 1959 to 2008. In 1984, millions of pennies rolled off the presses at the Denver Mint. But among those millions, a select few were struck with tiny, hard-to-spot errors, turning them into rare treasures today. But what makes these rare pennies truly valuable isn't just their error, it's the condition. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, can fetch astronomical prices when they're nearly flawless. Let me blow your mind with this. In 2021, a 1984 Lincoln penny graded MS68 sold at auction for an incredible $30,980. That's not a typo. This coin was worth nearly $31,000. So why did it sell for so much? Because it was in near-perfect condition, making it one of the best preserved examples in existence. If your penny has even a fraction of that quality, you could be looking at a huge payday. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Here's how you can check your 1984 pennies to see if you're holding on to a fortune. Check the date and mint mark. First, look for the year 1984 and the small d under the date. This indicates it was minted in Denver. Look for mint errors, close-up shots of a penny with doubling effects. Errors are where the real money is. Look for signs of doubling on Lincoln's face, the lettering, or the date. Even small imperfections can make a big difference. Evaluate condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. If your coin looks shiny and untouched, you might have struck gold. Get it graded. Host holds a PCGS graded coin in a plastic slab. For ultimate peace of mind, send your penny to a professional grading service. They'll determine its grade and help you understand its value. Still not convinced? Check out these other incredible sales of rare pennies. Image of a 1984 penny graded MS67. Image of a 1984 penny with a double die error. Image of a 1984 penny with a unique die crack. These are just a few examples. You never know what your loose change might hold. Okay, so you found a 1984 penny. What's next? Here's how you can turn it into cash. Start by sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for an official evaluation. Research the market. Check sites like eBay or heritage auctions to see what similar coins are selling for. Choose the right platform. List your penny on a trusted platform like heritage auctions, Great Collections, or even eBay if you know what you're doing. Work with experts. Host consults a coin dealer. If you're unsure, reach out to a coin dealer or numismatics expert to guide you. Who knew a single penny could change your life? Go check your coin jars, wallets, and even your car seats. You might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and share with your friends. Who knows? You could help someone discover their $30,980 penny. In this video, we're going to talk about a penny from 1993 that could be worth an incredible $20,980. Yes, you heard that right. A 1993 Lincoln 1-cent penny might just be sitting around your house, or even in your wallet, waiting to make you a small fortune. So, stick around because you don't want to miss this. Okay, so you're probably thinking a penny? Worth $20,980? That's gotta be some kind of mistake. But trust me, it's not. The 1993 penny you're looking at right here might not seem like anything special, but certain versions of this coin have caught the attention of collectors, and they're going for some seriously big money right now. Let's dive in and see what makes this penny so valuable. First, let's start with the basics. The Lincoln 1-cent coin has been in circulation since 1909, and it features Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the famous memorial building on the back. But in 1993, the U.S. Mint struck a series of pennies, and one of them had a very special feature that makes it stand out. In 1993, there was a unique error involving the mint mark. You see, the mint mark is the small letter on the coin that indicates which U.S. Mint facility made it. Normally, you'd find a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia, right? But in 1993, a small number of pennies were minted without a mint mark at all. And that's where the magic happens. Now, it's important to note that most of the 1993 pennies have a mint mark, either a D or P. But a tiny batch was accidentally produced without a mint mark, making them extremely rare. The absence of the mint mark was not intentional. This is what's known as a minting error. Coin collectors go absolutely wild for these rare, error-struck coins. And because they are so difficult to find, the value of a 1993 penny without a mint mark has skyrocketed. The last time one of these rare error pennies was sold at auction, it fetched an astonishing $20,980. That's right, nearly $21,000 for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. So what makes this penny worth so much? Well, for one, the rarity factor is huge. When something is in limited supply, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on it. And the fact that it's a minting error makes it even more desirable. Error coins are incredibly popular among collectors because they tell a unique story about the history of coin production. Another reason for the high price is the growing interest in coin collecting. As more people become aware of the potential value of rare coins, prices for these special items continue to climb. So, if you find a 1993 penny without a mint mark, you might just be holding onto a little piece of U.S. Mint history. Now, how do you tell if you've got one of these rare 1993 pennies? Well, it's simple, really. First, look closely at the coin's reverse side. You'll see the usual inscription E pluribus unum. But if you don't see a mint mark beneath the date, you might have found an error coin. Keep in mind, though, that a penny with no mint mark might not be the rare version you're looking for. Make sure to carefully check the coin's condition and the absence of the mint mark. Some may also have other distinguishing features, like a double strike, which can increase the coin's value even more. Now, you're probably wondering, how can I sell my 1993 penny if I find one? Well, you've got a few options. You can sell it directly to collectors, Or you can list it on online auction sites like eBay, where coin collectors are always on the lookout for rare finds. Be sure to provide clear pictures and descriptions when listing your coin to get the best value possible. Remember, a coin's value is also determined by its condition. Coins in mint or near mint condition will fetch a higher price, so be sure to handle it with care if you think you've got a valuable one. So there you have it. That 1993 penny without a mint mark could be worth a small fortune. And now you know how to identify it and what makes it so valuable. Coin collecting is an exciting hobby that can lead to some incredible discoveries. So make sure to check your change carefully. You never know what treasures you might find. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more amazing coin tips and stories. And if you've ever found a rare coin or a mint error, drop a comment below and let us know what you found. Who knows, maybe you've got a future millionaire's coin in your collection. Today, we're talking about a coin you've probably had in your hand hundreds of times without realizing it. The 1993 Lincoln Penny. Believe it or not, one of these pennies sold for $20,980. That's more than the price of a car, a college semester, or even a life-changing vacation. Think about it. What if your humble penny jar is holding a fortune? Stick with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal everything you need to know to identify this rare and valuable coin. This is the ultimate guide to turning pocket change into life-changing cash. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1993 Lincoln Penny, let's quickly answer an important question. Why do some pennies skyrocket in value? The short answer is rarity and demand. Coin collectors, or numismatists, are constantly on the hunt for coins with unique features, errors, mint marks, and historical significance. The rarer the coin, the higher its value. And when you combine rarity with a mistake, like a minting error, you've got the perfect storm for a coin that collectors will pay thousands to own. Now, the 1993 penny isn't just valuable because it's old. It's valuable because it's rare and flawed. Let's break it down further. The 1993 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark, usually for proof coins. But here's the twist. Not all 1993 pennies are created equal. Some of them came off the press with rare minting errors, which makes them incredibly valuable to collectors. Here are the specific features that make the 1993 penny so desirable. Mint errors. These include double die obverse (DDO), where text or images appear doubled, and off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned. Die cracks and cuts. Imperfections on the surface, caused by wear or damage to the die used to mint the coin. High-grade condition. Coins graded MS67 or higher are exceptionally rare and fetch premium prices. The most expensive 1993 penny sold at auction combined all these traits. It wasn't just an error coin, it was in near-perfect condition, graded MS68 by PCGS. This is why it sold for an eye-popping $20,980. Okay, treasure hunters, grab your magnifying glasses. Here's a step-by-step guide to checking your 1993 pennies. Examine the mint mark. Look just below the year. If you see a D4 Denver or an S4 San Francisco, it could be worth checking further. Look for doubling. Inspect the words Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. Doubling can be subtle, so tilt the coin under good lighting to spot it. Inspect the edges and surface. Check for any off-center strikes, die cracks, or other imperfections. Assess condition. The shinier and less worn your penny, the better its chances of being valuable. Use a grading chart to estimate its condition. Remember, even if your coin doesn't have obvious errors, it could still be valuable if it's in mint condition. Always handle your coins with care. Use gloves to avoid leaving fingerprints, and store them in protective cases. So how much are we talking? Let me break it down for you. A typical 1993 penny is worth its face value. Just one set. A high-grade uncirculated 1993 penny without errors might sell for $5 to $15, but an error coin in top condition, that's where the magic happens. These can fetch anywhere from $500 to $20,000, depending on the type and severity of the error. The most expensive 1993 penny sold for $20,980 at a major auction because it combined a rare error with an exceptional grade. And the demand for error coins is only growing. If you think you've found one of these valuable pennies, here's what to do next. Get it graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin. This is essential for determining its value. Sell at auction. Platforms like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections are trusted by serious collectors. List online. eBay is another option, but make sure to include clear photos and an accurate description. Consult a dealer. Local coin dealers can offer quick sales, but make sure to compare offers to get the best price. Remember, presentation matters. A properly graded and well-photographed coin will always attract higher bids. Here's a fun fact. Did you know the Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909? It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and that person, of course, is President Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, the penny has seen countless changes in design, composition, and value. Who would have thought a humble penny could someday be worth thousands? All right, treasure hunters, it's time to start digging through your jars, wallets, and piggy banks. Could you be holding onto one of these rare 1993 pennies worth thousands of dollars? The only way to know is to check. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more treasure hunting tips, and share this video with your friends. Because who wouldn't want to find a fortune in their spare change?